It is the most underrated period of the season. It is pre-season Champions Europa Conference League qualifiers. Welcome back to Fog Football. We give you everybody. We preview every team that's on the Great British Isles, don't we, big man?
We do. We don't discriminate. Whether it be England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, or their wee cousins down south. Republic of Ireland, brother. And we talk about them all here on the European preview show, and that's what we're going to do right here, right now. Free competitions. We've got the big boys, the Champions League, WCW, where the big boys play. We then got the Europa League, where everybody that doesn't want to go to play with the big boys can play the minor leagues, the dirty leagues. And then we have the shit one, but you know, it is what it is. Got to show it some love too, because there's Scottish representation in there. So, aye, that's it. Free competitions, a bunch of teams, a shitload of matches. Let's start getting into them.
Let's get into them here with the second qualifying round of the Champions League. Now, a lot of teams crashed out in the first qualifying round, but we are here to discuss the teams that we're here to discuss, right? We're not going to go through all, 14 matches here. We are looking at Ferencváros against the New Saints.
Where's Larne?
We'll get to Larne in a minute. Larne got knocked out 7-0.
Oh, Jesus
by
Christ.
RFS.
That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, but I think this will be embarrassing. The New Saints are pish. Ferencváros, decent team. I'm going to go for 4-0 Ferencváros.
Oh. 4-0?
Aye.
Probably.
We're only previewing the first leg here, by the way. If it was both legs, I'd probably do about 8-0.
Double figures?
Yeah.
Aye, I agree. Ferencváros. I'll go 3-1.
Fair enough. Right, up next we have got Shamrock Rovers against Sparta Prague. I mean, it's probably like an upgrade in class for both, like, if you compare it to Ferencváros and New Saints. But, they've got... I would say...
Shamrock Rovers have pulled off a few good results in Europe over the past decade. Do I think them getting a result at home against Sparta Prague is beyond them? I don't. Although, I do think they will struggle to go overall over 180 minutes go through. But could they get something against Sparta Prague? They could. I'm still going to go with a 2-1 Sparta Prague win, but I think Shamrock Rovers, I'll make a game of it.
Make a game of it. I'm going to go for 3-1 Sparta Prague. So there we have it. And before we move in to any other competition, let's preview Dynamo Kiev Partizan, because of course the winners get Rangers, so we may as well predict that one.
The winners get that team, Rangers.
That team. So I'm going to go for 2-0 Dynamo Kiev. Who would you want from a Rangers perspective, Jambo Bear?
Don't call me that.
Don't call me that, Stephen.
I'll walk off here. I'll not come back. Fuck your show. Dynamo Kiev's probably the better team. Partizan Belgrade's the better atmosphere, isn't it? Game, like.
No. Well, not much atmosphere in Kiev these days, to be fair.
No, it's not. It's silent. I'll go with Kiev. 2-1.
2-1, 2-0. Right, into the Europa League. Well, there's only one team in action. It's the mighty Killie taking on Cercle Bruges.
Yeah, due to the new format, the Europa League doesn't really have that many games in the qualifying rounds, because majority of the games are taking place in the Champions League and the Europa Conference League. So,
yep.
Yeah, Europa League, we're used to seeing a shitload of fixtures for it. Doesn't really seem to be the case anymore. Only one team that we're really interested in talking about here, and of course that is Kilmarnock.
Well, to be fair, there is two. I mean, Molde and Silkeborg, they would get the winner of Killie and Cercle Bruges. So, who would you... I mean, I think if Killie get past Cercle Bruges, they would be looking relatively good, because I don't really rate Molde.
Did they not knock Rangers out one year?
When? That was about 15 years ago.
Might have been Malmo that knocked them out, but still.
It was Malmo that knocked Rangers out.
There you go. I'm going to go Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock 1, Cercle Bruges 1. I'm going to go with Killie to get a draw at home.
I'm going to go...
And every coefficient point helps, so even if Killie won't necessarily go through over both legs, it's important not to lose both games.
Famous last words, I don't think Killie will get disgraced. I think it'll be pretty close. The tie. So I'm going to go 0-0.
0-0, there you go. Derek McKenzie, do you believe in him?
A wee bit. I do believe in wee Derek. Anyway, moving on to the Conference League. This is where the chaos begins. The Champions Path. Larne get a bye because they get scudded out of the Champions League. So I mean, was there not years gone past you get scud at the Champions League, you dropped into the Europa League, and then you dropped into the Conference League? They've changed that. So Larne have just went straight for the Champions League into the Conference League, or is it a round thing? If you make it to like round 2, the Champions League, then it's Europa League.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, so I can't really give an educated, response to that.
Never know you could do one of them.
Well, I always thought that. Now I know now that you can't really drop down all 3 competitions.
Yeah.
You can only drop down once, and maybe it's a seeding thing. But yeah, I would expect that Larne to drop from the Champions League down to Europa League. But if they're being realistic and you want to try and somehow get into the group stages, then you've got more chance of doing it in this.
So why do Larne get a bye with Helsinki, but no one else gets a bye?
It's because of the matches. They must need 8 teams for the next round.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Now, what they could have done is they could have Larne could have been taking on Helsinki, and then that means in the next round only 1 team's getting a bye, rather than give 2 teams a bye here. Now, what's fairer? Giving 2 teams a bye here, or giving 1 team a bye in the next round, but albeit you get a round closer to qualification?
Yeah, but why have Larne got a bye? Is it just random? I mean, I think it should go off result. I think the 2 best teams' results in defeat in the first qualifier round of the Champions League should get a bye, and I don't think 7-0 would fucking cut that.
Could it go on the ranking of your nation?
I mean, potentially, but
I refuse to believe Northern Ireland are better than some of these.
Yeah,
are they better than Montenegro? Are they better than Macedonia? Probably
there
not.
is some bogging fucking teams in there, though. I mean, Helsinki are completely in a different league of their own compared to the rest.
Here there is, but I'm just not sure that Northern Ireland are above 12 nations.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that. But anyway, Larne get a bye, so we have to move down into this. Oh, there's a lot of games. So go ahead, Eagles. That would be who St Mirren get in the next round if they advance. And of course, the mighty St Mirren are taking on Fallour. Can they defeat Fallour? Will it be salut? Or will it be good night?
Nah, it should be good morning, good win. Move on to the next one. St Mirren need to do Scottish football proud here. They're taking on Icelandic opposition. They need to win, right? We as a nation should not be getting knocked out against Icelandic teams. Scottish teams have had way too many bad results in Europe over the past. I'm not even gonna specify a date because it's just. I just remember it happening way too often since I've been born.
Yeah.
So you know what? I don't think it's been since like a decade. I think it's just been since probably ever, or at least in my lifetime. It needs to stop.
So you think St Mirren should win both legs easy?
I do.
Right. So I'm going to go for 2-0 St Mirren.
I'm going to go 3-1 St Mirren.
3-1 St Mirren. Right. Up next, we have got St Patrick's Athletic against Vaduz.
Liechtenstein opposition, St Patrick's Athletic. Pretty fortunate tie here. I mean, should be beating them. I'm going to go 3-0 St Patrick's. We'll find out if I'm right or not.
Fair enough.
Feels weird picking an Irish team to win 3-0, but...
What do you make of Bruno's Magpies actually knocking out Londonderry City?
It's pretty embarrassing, isn't it?
That is. Anyway, I'm going to go 2-0 St Patrick's Athletic. Right, up next, we've got Legia Warsaw against Carnarvon Town.
I'm going to go 4-0 Legia Warsaw. I do not see this being a good day for Wales. I'm going
to go 4-0 Legia Warsaw. Up next, we've got Dynapro, who've been pumped 6-0 by Puskas Academia. I'm going to assume that means the forfeit at both games, probably due to the war.
It would look like that, yes. So, I mean, I don't know why some Ukrainian teams have to forfeit and some others don't, but...
Yeah, a wee bit weird that. Alright, who's up next?
I mean, I guess they could be playing in a region that's...
Pumped?
In conflict, possibly.
Is there any other... Oh, we get Clifton Phil. We get shitey Clifton Phil against Oda.
Yeah, not too familiar who this Oda are, but they are from Latvia, so probably on a similar level to RFS. I would imagine not as good as RFS. Did you say RFS tanned Larne 7-0?
Yep, 4-0, 3-0.
Is that not embarrassing considering like how close FRS and Linfield were 2 years ago?
Yeah. Hearts went and scud at them twice.
They scud it like.
I'll defend our league.
Both games were a bit of a slog, but yeah, it's just weird how and Linfield dominated that game against RFS 2 years ago. It is pretty strange how Linfield were on the verge of Europa Conference League.
Dynapro actually forfeited it due to bankruptcy. So there you go.
Well, maybe the fucking banks.
Anyway, back to Clifton Phil. I'm going to go for 1-0 Clifton Phil.
I'm going to go 1-0 Clifton Phil, but in the non-Irish League, you just never know.
Yeah, it could be 10-0 Oda, like, and you wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it could be. Up next, we have Shelbourne taking on Zurich.
That's I think it's the last game. We've got a preview here.
I think Zurich will win. I'm going to go 3-1 Zurich.
Yeah,
I think they'll have too much for Shelbourne.
3-1? No, fuck, this Zurich team beat Hearts, man. Easy enough. I'm gonna go 5-0. Shelbourne are pish. And that wraps up our European preview show. There's really not a lot happening. The third qualifying round, I've got faith that St Mirren will make it. You've got Rangers going in, a bit of Champions League action. How many teams do you honestly think will be surviving from the home nations after?
Oh, God.
Every Scottish team will be still in it?
I hope so. Well, come on, it's going to be tough, isn't it?
Well, come on, it's going to be in it anyway. Even if they get knocked out, they're still in it.
That's true. I think St Mirren will get through. They should.
I can't even remember who Kilmarnock get. It's too easy enough team. It's a Norwegian team against like a Swedish team. I can't.
It's Brian or something.
No, it's Coops against Tromsø. You would fancy Killie against them in the third qualifying round, would you
just need to get there.
No, but that's if they lose, so they will get there.
Mm. Did you not say it was Brian versus Go Ahead Eagles?
No, that's who St Mirren get. Mm. So Killie, if they lose against Bruges, they will take on Coops or Tromsø in the third qualifying round. I think it's looking like playoff round for Killie.
It is, isn't it? And I'm not saying you want to purposely lose, but I mean, surely if you're a Killie fan, you're looking at that thinking, I'm not really bothered if we lose because the likelihood is we'll win that match and that will put us one tie away from group stage European football. Whereas the likelihood is if Killie do beat Cercle Bruges, if they have to qualify for the Europa League through the playoffs, then they're going to be getting a much harder team. Yeah, but then you would lose the playoff, the Europa League, and get Conference League, so you'd rather play Europa League because then you're actually guaranteed the football. Yeah, but see, can you get past the third qualifying round? That's the question. Of the Europa League? No. But they get Molde or Silky Block again, another easy enough. Well, not easy enough, but I mean, I think so what you're saying is, if Kilmarnock beat Cercle Bruges, and then they beat either Molde or Siegburg, they're guaranteed. They're in the playoff, the Europa League conference. They're guaranteed. No, they're in the Europa League. They're guaranteed playoff. Group stage. Yeah, that's how it works. Well, there you go, guys. I think there's a real chance Kilmarnock could do it. I think there is, and it would be the first team. How great would it be to have 4 fucking Scottish teams in Europe? Forget about 4. We want 5. We're greedy. We want 5. We'll probably have any other nation get a team in the group stage for the first time and sometimes their case forever, or what? No? Nah, I think the Irish teams have been tough ties. I think they've been dealt. Tough ties. Anyway, guys. They're probably the only nation I would give a chance. That is it. Preview show. We'll review most of these games, especially the Scottish games will be there. Review show, though, coming Thursday night. Till next time. Peace.